Hare Krishna. We continue reading from teachings of Queen Kunti. We are on the fifth prayer, which comes in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.8.22. The vision of lotuses. Nama Pankaja Nabhaya, Nama Pankaja Maline, Nama Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankajangraye. My respectful obeisances are unto you, O Lord, whose abdomen is marked with a depression like a lotus flower, who are always decorated with garlands of lotus flowers, whose glance is as cool as the lotus, and whose feet are engraved with lotuses. The purport by Srila Prabhupada. Here are some of the specific symbolical marks on the spiritual body of the personality of Godhead, which distinguishes his body from the bodies of all others. They are all special features of the body of the Lord. So the body of the Lord is Satchidananda. It's not a material body. It's not a material body. It's a Satchidananda. And Kunti Maharani, she is, for our benefit, she is describing the different features. So the Lord may appear as one of us, but he is always distinct by his specific bodily features. Srimati Kunti claims herself unfit to see the Lord because of her being a woman. So she's saying, I'm just a woman, how can I see you? I'm not fit. This is claimed because women, Shudras, the laborer class, and the Dvija Bandhus, or the wretched descendants of the higher three classes, are unfit by intelligence to understand transcendental subject matter concerning the spiritual name, fame, attributes, forms, etc. of the supreme absolute truth. Such persons, although they are unfit to enter into the spiritual affairs of the Lord, can see him as the Archa Vigraha, who descends on the material world just to distribute favors to the fallen souls, including the above mentioned women, Shudras, and Vijabandhus. So in this, now in Kali Yuga, Bhagavatam says we are all born Shudras. We are all born Shudras. We do not have that qualification. We do not have the true Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas. There's no more the Vedic system. So we do not have that qualification to understand the Lord, because our consciousness is become very more covered than it was in the earlier times, in the earlier ages. Now, because such fallen souls cannot see anything beyond matter, the Lord condescends to enter into each and every one of the innumerable universes as the Garbhodakshai Vishnu, who grows a lotus stem from the lotus-like depression in the center of his transcendental abdomen, and thus Brahma, the first living being in the universe, is born. So the Lord, we can't see him. He's completely spiritual. But for our sake, what does he do? He enters into every material universe as Garbhodakshai Vishnu. From his navel comes a lotus flower where Brahmaji is sitting. Therefore, the Lord is known as Pankajanabi. The Pankaj Nabi Lord accepts the Archa Vigraha, his transcendental form, in different elements, namely a form within the mind, a form made of wood, a form made of earth, a form made of metal, a form made of jewels, a form made of paint, a form drawn on sand, etc. So the Lord accepts these forms. What we are seeing, the forms of the Lord in the temples, his deity forms, or his form which is drawn or painted, even on sand, form made of wood, earth. So we say, oh, but this is just wood, or this is metal, or this is just a painting. But this is the Lord. Otherwise, how would we know him? We can only see wood or metal or sand or jewels. We can see that. So he is coming to us in a form which we can see. because otherwise with our material eyes, we cannot see his spiritual form. We are unable to. So then, or even in the mind, now all these are not imaginary forms. These are transcendental forms. All such forms of the Lord are always decorated with garlands of lotus flowers, and there should be a soothing atmosphere in the temple of worship to attract the burning attention of the non-devotees, always engaged in material wranglings. So when we enter the temples, we feel bliss, we feel happy. Why? The Lord is there and he's being worshipped in such a nice way. And that catches our attention. Otherwise, our mind is always absorbed in all our material dealings. I have to do this, I have to go here, I did this and I did that. You know, so we are trying to, and also many people are just, because I have seen now with the internet especially, people are just creating with their own imagination some form of the Lord. But how the Lord's form actually is there mentioned in the scriptures. And then the deity sculptures, they know how the Lord looks. And they are according to the scriptures, they are carving the form of the Lord. So we have to be careful also, you know, that what are we looking at? Is it like an authorized form or no? You know, because many times people just make something up and say, oh, this is the Lord. No, it has to be authorized form of the Lord. So the meditators worship a form within the mind. Therefore, the Lord is merciful even to the women, Shudras, and Dvijabandhus, provided they agree to visit the temple and worship the different forms made for them. Such temple visitors are not idolaters, as alleged by some men with a poor fund of knowledge. All the great acharyas established such temples of worship in all places just to favor the less intelligent, and one should not pose himself as transcending the stage of temple worship while one is actually in the category of the Shudras and the women or less. So temple worship is important for us so that we can see that this is the Lord. Srila Prabhupada has very kindly, he established these temples all over the world. You know, those of us who are not in India. And so the acharyas have established the authorized temples. There's so many temples by the acharyas in Vrindavan. And then Srila Prabhupada established such authorized temples all over the world for our benefit. We can go, we can see the Lord, we can offer our prayers to him. So one should begin to see the Lord from his lotus feet, gradually rising to the thighs, waist, chest, and face. One should not try to look at the face of the Lord without being accustomed to seeing the lotus feet of the Lord. So this is how we begin to see the Lord, from his feet. From his feet, gradually rise to the thighs, the waist, the chest, and then look at the face. Then we'll be able to see the smiling face of the Lord. Directly we see the Lord, then we are saying, you know, that's not the way that we approach the Lord. So Kunti, Srimati Kunti, because of her being the aunt of the Lord, did not begin to see the Lord from the lotus feet because the Lord might feel ashamed. And thus Kunti Devi, just to save a painful situation for the Lord, began to see the Lord just above his lotus feet, that is, from the waist of the Lord, gradually rising to the face, and then down to the lotus feet. In the round, everything there is in order. So Kunti Devi thought, you know, that Krishna will get embarrassed that you're first looking at me, you're my superior, I'm your nephew, you're first looking from my feet, then up. So she starts from his waist and then comes to the feet. So it's a manner of like looking at the Lord with great respect, with that, you know, from his lotus feet onwards, take shelter of him. That's how we take shelter of the Lord, by looking at the Lord from his lotus feet. So, did anyone want to comment anything?
No, it's all good. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
thank you so much for
Thank you.
listening and joining in. Kunti Maharani ki jai, Shilpa Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol, Hare
Hari Bol.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.